Boxing Lowdown, and I'm back here with another video. Now, as always, people, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Feel free to drop a comment if you like, and I'll happily get back to you. Now, Anthony Yarde returns to action this weekend. It's only going to be a tune-up fight because he's going to be fighting Artur Beterbiev next year, which is unbelievable. We'll get onto that a bit more, but I'm looking forward to seeing Anthony Yarde back in the ring. Now, Anthony Yarde, I met the guy before, met him a couple of times actually, been to the gym, went to check him out, and Tunde and everybody else. Really good people, man. Really good people. You know, great. Just when I was like first starting off this channel, he allowed me to come in to the gym and interview him, which, you know, I'll never forget. So I got a lot of time for Anthony Yarde, man. I really like watching him in the ring as well. Very exciting, great addition to the UK light heavyweight scene. And, you know, he's doing his stuff, man. I do like Anthony Yarde a lot. He hasn't been active over the last few months, though. Actually, he hasn't really been active this year. He hasn't had a fight this year. So this will be the first time he steps into the ring. He was supposed to fight Beterbiev in October, but Beterbiev had an injury. So to his credit, Anthony Yarde would have fought sooner if he could. But it's good to see him back in the ring, albeit a tune-up fight. Will this prepare him for Artur Beterbiev, who is the #1 light heavyweight in the division, or maybe 1 or 2, depending on how you rank him and Bivol? But listen, there's no doubt for me that those two are head and shoulders the best at light heavyweight. Anthony Yarde has fought at world level before, came unstuck against Sergey Kovalev. Since then, he did lose to Lyndon Arthur as well, but then he beat him emphatically in the rematch. Is this too soon, or has he caught Beterbiev at the right time? Because Beterbiev is a monster. Like I said in my pound for pound video, he's a scary dude, man. Yeah, he does everything right. Has scary punching power. I think he's knocked everybody out. And it's not just he's going in there swarming guys and, you know, just getting them out of there like that. He's putting his punches together. It's all measured, and you know, he's got solid fundamentals and credentials. So this is going to be a tough fight for Anthony Yarde, man. And I applaud him for taking the challenge, but it's a scary one. I'm not gonna lie. Is he catching Beterbiev at the right time though? Because Beterbiev is what, 37 years old, maybe 37, 38. Is he 38 yet? But yeah, he's in his late 30s, and Anthony Yarde is probably what, 30 now, 31. So he might be thinking like this would be the right time to catch him. Listen, Callum Johnson dropped Artur Beterbiev, even though he got stopped a couple of rounds later. Callum Johnson did drop Beterbiev. And let me just say, while we're speaking about Callum Johnson, you know, just want to send my happy retirement to him, man, because I didn't expect him to retire. But, you know, reading his statement, it seemed like that had been on his mind for a while. So, yeah, it's quite unfortunate we didn't get to see him in there with the rest of the UK light heavyweights. But, yeah, shout out to Callum Johnson and all the best to him in the future. But, yeah. Is Yarde catching Beterbiev at the right time, man? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be one of those fights where I might be like, you know, watching it behind covers or something, man, because Beterbiev is, like I said, he's a monster. And against Marcus Browne, for example, when he had that horrific cut, literally, like, the cut was horrific on his forehead. And I thought, wow, I don't know how this guy's still fighting, like, with this cut. But not only did he fight, he proceeded to beat up Marcus Browne. And yeah, he went on to win that fight. But there's just other times, man, like Vostik, people thought that he might be the guy to beat Beterbiev. There was a lot of hype around his name before going into that fight. Where's Vostik now? He hasn't fought since Beterbiev. He's since retired. Beterbiev basically retired him. So this guy's a monster, man, and it will be a tough fight for Yarde. But he needs to just get what he needs to do out of the way this weekend. I'm sure that he will. And then all the talk and focus will be on Beterbiev earlier next year. But when I look at the rest of the UK light heavyweight division, man, it's actually, you know, I've said this for a while, it's one of the better divisions out there, man. You've got Dan Aziz out there who'll be fighting soon. His fight got announced. He'll be going up against Rocky Fielding, actually. Then you've got Callum Smith. Now, Callum Smith, former world champion at super middleweight, could be a wild card here. We know what he can do, and he's looked pretty devastating in his last couple of fights at light heavyweight. Then you've got Buatsi, of course, who, you know, maybe at this stage of his career we would have expected more, but let's be real. His potential, his ability, and where he can go, he probably still has the highest ceiling out of all of them. So the light heavyweight division is stacked. There are a lot of great fights to be made. Yarde in action this weekend, really looking forward to that. But let's not forget some of the other guys, man. There's still Shaq and Peters there. There's still Lyndon Arthur there. There's still some very good fights to be made. And like I said, it's a shame that we didn't get to see Callum Johnson in there with one of those guys. But it is what it is, man. Let's see how Yarde gets on this weekend on BT Sport. Like I said, it's just an undercard fight, so it's not going to be no fight that's going to test him or push him like that. But all the focus and talk will be on Beterbiev and how he looks going into that fight. And, you know, we could then start talking about it after this weekend, Yarde and Beterbiev. So let me know what you guys think about it anyway, man. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think Yarde should be taking this move against Beterbiev? Is it a risk worth taking? Or is it something that maybe he should think about maybe later on next year? Maybe he might not get another opportunity. Maybe now's the right time to do it. Let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section below, guys, and I'll catch you on the next video.